This ring is making headlines again. But why? From Diana to Meghan, a journey that hides more than meets the eye. When the Aquamarine appeared on the Duchess of Sussex's hand, something unexpected began. Accusations, debates, outrage in the comments. What is it about this piece of jewelry that made millions search for scandal? Why do experts still argue? And most importantly, what untold story does this ring hold? The answer will surprise you more than you think. Picture this. A piece of jewelry enters your collection that years later becomes a symbol connecting generations. That's exactly what happened in 1996, when Princess Diana received a gift that would spark decades of debate. Lucy Fletcher de Lima. Remember that name. She's the one who presented Diana with that very cocktail ring, crafted by the renowned jewelry house Asprey. Emerald-cut aquamarine, diamond accents around the band, elegance in every facet. Diana had been collecting aquamarines for years. Her collection grew alongside her royal marriage, gaining one precious stone after another. But this ring was special. It arrived at a turning point in her life, when the royal fairy tale was already transforming into something else. And then something interesting happened. October 1996, Sydney, Australia. A charity gala benefiting the Victor Chang Cardiac Research Institute. Diana appears in an electric blue Versace gown. The fabric plays in the spotlight, but eyes aren't drawn only to the dress. On her hand shines a new ring. The aquamarine glimmers with cold blue fire, diamonds sparkling with every movement. The look was calculated down to the smallest detail. Horseshoe and laurel leaf earrings, the very same ones worn today by the current Princess of Wales, though with a different pearl. A 5-strand pearl bracelet with 2 clasps. Aquamarine on one side, diamond flower on the other. Photographs captured an important moment. Diana strolling through Sydney, jewelry gleaming in the Australian sun. Cameras catching every detail, ring, earrings, bracelet, everything harmonizes, creating a unified picture. The next owner would change the jewelry's fate, but that was still months away. June 1997, London, Christie's auction house. Diana prepares for her legendary dress auction. The pre-sale party becomes the event of the year. Everyone wants to see the princess. Everyone wants to be part of history. She chooses a Catherine Walker gown. Elegant, understated, perfect. And again the aquamarine ring appears on her hand. This time it's paired with Qatari pearl drop earrings and a diamond tennis bracelet. But another detail draws attention. Diana wears the aquamarine ring alongside a diamond one. 2 rings on the same hand. And that's when the talk begins. So what's the real story? People started talking about a divorce ring. The aquamarine supposedly replaced the famous sapphire engagement ring after her separation from Prince Charles. A beautiful legend, a romantic version, a story about how the princess symbolically closed one chapter and opened another. The media ran with this narrative. Headlines blazed with words about replacement, new beginnings, breaking from the past. Royal experts built theories. Psychologists analyzed the symbolism. Everything seemed logical and touching. Now, the truth. Diana wore all her rings after the separation. There was no dramatic replacement, no symbolic rejection of the past through changing jewelry. Reality turned out much simpler and simultaneously more interesting. The sapphire engagement ring? Yes, of course. She wore it to the Met Gala in December 1996. That very famous ring with the oval sapphire surrounded by diamonds. The ring Prince Charles chose for his proposal. The ring Catherine, Princess of Wales, wears today. Diana arrived at the Met Gala in a navy blue dress, and the sapphire perfectly complemented the look. No embarrassment, no discomfort. She wore it calmly, as part of her history. but not as chains from the past. The emerald and diamond ring. It adorned her finger at her birthday celebration at the Tate Gallery in July 1997. A substantial ring with a central emerald and a cascade of diamonds around it. The green fire of the stone drew eyes, created emphasis. It was her 36th birthday. Her last, as it turned out. But no one thought about that then. Party at the gallery, friends, laughter, champagne. Diana was happy. And the emerald ring shone on her hand, reflecting candlelight. The aquamarine ring wasn't a replacement, it was an addition. Part of the collection. One of many treasures in the princess's jewelry box. She had dozens of rings, hundreds of pieces. She chose them depending on mood, outfit, occasion. Moreover, in the final year of her life, Diana often wore no rings at all. Numerous photographs from that period show her hands bare. No jewelry on her fingers, only bracelets and watches. No attachment to one piece, no symbolic meaning. She freed herself from many conventions, from royal protocol rules that had weighed on her for years, from the need to always look a certain way, from obligations to wear specific jewelry. Records show an unexpected turn. After the separation, Diana became freer in her style choices. She experimented more, took bolder risks, created looks that previously seemed impossible for a member of the royal family. The divorce ring theory is beautiful but false. It's based on people's desire to see drama where there was none, on the urge to find symbols and signs in the princess's every gesture. Reality is simpler. Diana had many rings, and she wore them all. Sometimes even several at once, like at that Christie's party. The real twist came later. Much later. When the ring disappeared from view for 2 decades, more than 2 decades passed, 21 years of silence, 21 years during which the ring was stored somewhere in the royal vaults. No one saw it, no one wore it. It existed only in the memory of those who remembered Diana and in archival photographs. May 2018. Windsor. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding reception. The world watched this wedding. Millions of people at television screens. Thousands of journalists in Windsor. Hundreds of cameras catching every detail. A royal wedding is always an event, but this one was special. An American actress was becoming a member of the British royal family. The ceremony at St. George's Chapel proceeded solemnly. Givenchy gown, 16-foot veil, bouquet of white flowers. Meghan looked elegantly understated, without excessive pomp. But the real surprise waited at the evening reception. The newly minted Duchess of Sussex appears before guests. An elegant reception dress replaced the wedding gown. More fitted, more modern. High neckline, clean lines, minimalist cut. Meghan's style is recognizable. No excess, only essence. Modern Cartier earrings complete the look. Geometric shapes, diamonds, white gold. 21st century design. And on her right hand, that very ring. Emerald-cut aquamarine. Diamond accents. Sharp geometric lines that perfectly match Meghan's minimalist style. Old and new merged into a unified look. Diana's ring had returned. After 21 years, it was back in the spotlight. But now on another woman's hand, another era, another story, another generation of the royal family. Cameras capture every detail. Close-ups show the jewelry in all its glory. Diamonds sparkle on both sides of the center stone. The setting gleams, untarnished after years in storage. Asprey's jewelers created something built to last centuries. Reception guests recognize the ring. Those who remember Diana see the connection between generations. This isn't just jewelry, it's a message. Harry didn't choose this ring for Meghan by chance. He wanted his mother to be part of this day, for her presence to be felt. The emerald-cut aquamarine on Meghan's hand looks as contemporary as it did 21 years earlier on Diana's. Classic design doesn't age. Quality stones don't lose color. The jeweler's craftsmanship has been proven by time. Meghan wears the ring her own way. On her right hand, paired with modern jewelry, as part of her own style rather than an attempt to copy Diana. She's not trying to become the second Princess of Wales. She's creating her own look, incorporating elements of history. Photographers work non-stop. Every angle, every reflection of light in the stone must be captured. This is a historic event, not just because of the wedding, but because of the legendary piece's return. Social media explodes. Posts with photos of the ring gather millions of views within hours. Hashtags trend. People share Diana memories, compare looks, discuss details. And then a new character enters this story, an army of internet detectives. Online debates erupted, forums filled with discussions, blogs burst with headlines, comments under every photo turned into battlefields between defenders of different versions. This isn't the same ring. Similar but not identical. Meghan wears a copy. The royal family would never give away the original. Records from that time show how theories multiplied daily. Some compared magnified photographs, trying to find differences in the stone's cut. Some measured proportions, placing rulers against screen images. Some analyzed reflections, insisting they knew how real diamonds should behave. Theories became increasingly inventive. Supposedly the ring was remade. Supposedly the stone was replaced with a similar one. Supposedly it was a completely different piece, just closely resembling the original. People found differences where none existed. The shooting angle became proof of forgery. Lighting, an argument against authenticity. A shadow in the photograph, evidence favoring a copy. Some simply didn't want to believe, didn't want to accept that Diana's ring was now worn by Meghan. Emotions clouded logic. Personal feelings about the Duchess of Sussex colored every judgment. Let's look at the facts. Emerald cut aquamarine, identical. This cut is named for its shape, reminiscent of classic emerald cutting. Rectangular form with truncated corners. Stepped facets creating a mirrored plate effect. Exactly this cut appears in the stone in both photographs. Diamond placement around the band completely matches. 2 diamonds flanking the center stone. Same size, equal distance, identically set. Even the prong shapes match. Setting shape? The very same. The ring band has a characteristic construction. Metal thickness is identical. Setting profile matches. Stone mounting method is identical. Even the tiniest details say one thing. This is the same piece. Stone to setting proportions. Aquamarine mounting height. Band width relative to center stone. Everything matches. Jewelry experts conducted analysis. Auction house specialists compared details. Royal jewelry historians confirmed authenticity. Professionals were unanimous. This is the very ring Diana wore. Most doubts were based not on jewelry analysis, but on personal feelings toward those who wore it. Emotions clouded logic. Bias prevented seeing the obvious. Some couldn't accept that a legendary princess's jewelry now belonged to an American actress. Others sought deception in any royal family action. Still others simply enjoyed participating in detective work, even if imaginary. But facts remain facts. Diana's ring and Meghan's ring are one piece, down to the last diamond, to every aquamarine facet. From setting to metal polishing method, Asprey's jeweler's work is so distinctive it can't be confused. Every major jewelry house has its technical peculiarities. Stone setting method, metal treatment technique, characteristic design details. All this is like a master's signature, and on this ring that signature reads clearly. The most important part lay ahead. October 2018. Tonga, official dinner. 5 months had passed since the royal wedding. Prince Harry and the Duchess of Sussex embarked on a royal tour of Oceania. 16 days, 4 countries, dozens of official events. Representing the royal family abroad is tremendous honor and great responsibility. Tonga welcomes the couple with traditional Polynesian hospitality. Ceremonies, dances, feasts. The official dinner becomes the visit's centerpiece. The King and Queen of Tonga receive guests from Great Britain. Meghan again appears with the ring on her hand. 5 months earlier, it caused a sensation at the wedding reception. Now it adorns the Duchess's finger at an official royal event thousands of miles from London. A white dress flows over her figure. Elegant cut, impeccable fit. Meghan chose a style suitable both for Tonga's tropical climate and the moment's solemnity. Diamond earrings by Birks complete the look. The Canadian jewelry house is known for quality work. The earrings catch candlelight, creating soft radiance. And another familiar element, Diana's diamond bracelet. That very tennis-style bracelet last seen on the princess at the Christie's party in June 1997. 21 years later, it returned. Not alone, but paired with the ring. 2 of the princess's pieces united on the Duchess of Sussex's hand. The aquamarine ring and the bracelet once seen at Diana's society events were now creating a new story. They found each other again, after years apart in royal storage. The bracelet represented classic jewelry craftsmanship, a row of identical diamonds set in platinum or white gold, an unbroken line of brilliance encircling the wrist. Called tennis because of an incident in the 1980s when a tennis player lost a similar bracelet during a match. Diana loved this bracelet. It appeared in numerous photographs, paired with evening gowns and casual outfits, delicate enough not to overwhelm a look, noticeable enough to add sparkle. Meghan wears it with equal ease. The bracelet rests on her wrist beside a watch. 2 pieces, 2 generations, 1 family. Photographs spread worldwide. Commentators noted the moment's symbolism. Prince Harry chose not 1, but 2 of his mother's pieces for his wife. This spoke volumes about the desire to preserve memory, about striving to link past and present, about love that transcends time. Stylists analyzed the jewelry combination. Ring and bracelet harmonized with each other, though created for Diana's different looks. The emerald-cut aquamarine and row of round diamonds created an interesting contrast of forms. Cool blue and warm white brilliance complemented each other. Fashion historians added context. They described when Diana wore these pieces, what outfits she paired them with, at which events she appeared. Every detail held meaning. Every appearance fit into the broader story of the princess's style. The Tongan dinner lasted several hours. Meghan conversed with guests, smiled for photographers, fulfilled her royal duties. And all this time, Diana's ring and bracelet were with her, not as a burden of the past, but as a connection to the history of the family she had joined. The ring traveled a path spanning 22 years, from Lucy Fleischer de Lima's gift to Meghan Markle's hand, from a charity evening in Sydney to an official dinner in Tonga, from one royal family era to another, The emerald-cut aquamarine continues catching light. Diamonds still sparkle with every movement. Asprey's jeweler's work has withstood the test of time. The metal hasn't tarnished, stones haven't clouded, the setting holds as securely as on the day it was created. 1 piece of jewelry, 2 women, 1 continuous story connecting generations of the royal family through a delicate thread of precious stone and memory. Diana never met Meghan. They didn't know each other, didn't speak, didn't share thoughts. But through the ring, a connection formed between them. Material, visible, beautiful connection. Prince Harry created this bridge. He chose his mother's jewelry for his wife. He connected 2 worlds, 2 stories, 2 generations, and the aquamarine ring became the symbol of this connection. The jewelry story isn't finished. Perhaps one day it will pass to the next generation, Perhaps Harry and Meghan's daughter will wear it at her important event. Perhaps the tradition will continue, and the ring will connect even more lives. But already it's proven the main thing. True beauty is timeless. Quality craftsmanship doesn't age, and the memory of people who wore beautiful things lives in those things, passing forward from hand to hand, from heart to heart. The truth turned out far more interesting. One beautiful piece of jewelry that connected 2 generations. Diana wore it twice. Meghan brought it back to life 21 years later. That's the whole story, without drama, but with real beauty. Isn't it remarkable how one ring can tell the story of an entire era? If you enjoyed learning the truth, give it a thumbs up. Hit the bell so you don't miss new revelations. Subscribe, because there are so many more royal secrets ahead waiting their turn. Soon I'll tell you about another piece of jewelry equally shrouded in myths. See you then.